Hello and welcome to Startup Street. I'm Shruti Mishra and with me is Arundhati Ramanan. These are the top headlines from the startup space. Uber India reports a 41% jump in revenue for FY24 compared to last financial year. However, losses narrow 71% as it reports a net loss of 89 crore rupees.
Shikhar Dhawan co-founded Yasha Global Capital, a sports-focused venture capital fund, gets permission from the Financial Services Regulatory Authority of Abu Dhabi Global Market to invest in early to growth stage sports tech startups. The firm now plans to raise $75 million for its maiden fund, of which 30% of the investments will be earmarked for Indian startups.
Plant-based nutrition startup Nourish You raises 16 crore rupees from SIDBI Venture Capital as part of its Series A round. The funds will be used to scale operations, enhance customer retention and expand its market reach. The startup is targeting to surpass 100 crore rupees in net revenue over the next 18 to 24 months.
India Accelerator and its SEBI-registered multi-stage VC arm, Finvolve, announces plans to double down on their strategy to invest in late-stage and pre-IPO bound startups. The announcement has been made in extension to their investment of $2.9 million in Dhroom, a marketplace for used vehicles.
The valuation of Elon Musk's social media platform X rebounds to $44 billion after a funding round last month. According to the Financial Times, X was valued at $10 billion 5 months ago, underscoring the sharp turnaround in fortune since Musk became a staunch ally of President Trump.
Well, those were the headlines that we're tracking for you from the startup ecosystem. On What's Brewing today, Protectt.ai, an Indian cybersecurity firm specializing in mobile application security, has raised 76 crore rupees in its Series A funding round. The round was led by Bessemer Venture Partners. The funding will enable the company to accelerate product innovation, enhance customer experience, and expand its global footprint in key markets. Joining us now to discuss this further is Manish Mimani, the founder and CEO of Protectt.ai. Manish, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street. Protectt.ai is a mobile app, cybersecurity and fraud control platform. If you could sort of, take us through what you have on offer and how are you helping your clients stay safe?
Perfect. Thank you. And at Protectt.ai, we have built India's first and very innovative mobile application security platform, which takes care of any kind of cybersecurity once the mobile application is running on the consumer device. And apart from cybersecurity, we bundle up any kind of fraud control, regulatory compliances together to provide as a SaaS on a SaaS model as a complete solution for our customers. Our customers across banking, insurance, stock exchange, any kind of BFSI applications as well as government to citizen applications, what we cover. So it's a comprehensive platform what we offer bundled up with cybersecurity and fraud control together for our customers. If you see today's digital transformation, it is all about mobile first economy. So many threats and frauds started happening on the consumer devices, and we provide a comprehensive security and fraud control platform for our customers.
Right, absolutely. And you cover over 300 million smartphones, processing approximately about 2 billion mobile app sessions every month while preventing 200 million cyber threats, right? Can you take us through the kind of clients you service and across which sectors?
We primarily focus onto the BFSI sector because BFSI is all about money transactions. Today, if you see statistics, India has taken leadership in terms of digital payments, especially onto the mobile-driven payments. And every second transaction across this globe for payment-related transactions happening in India, and that's how the leadership is. But at the same time, so many cyber threats and frauds started originating. Every day we talk about one or the other, cyber threats, identity takeover, account takeover, and money gone from the accounts, and this is becoming very common. A parallel ecosystem of fraudsters and malicious hackers are working across to target customers, especially in tier 2, tier 3 cities. So what we offer is a comprehensive platform, especially for mobile banking applications, money transaction applications, all NBFC apps, UPI applications, where we control mobile security, identity management. We secure them from any kind of account takeovers. And our solutions once bundled up with the mobile application, it works at the endpoint, at the smartphone where the application is downloaded. As a consumer, if we are working on a mobile banking application, so we work at the endpoint level, that is at the smartphone level, and secure that customer on behalf of our banking clients or on our NBFC customers. Okay, so today we cover more than 300 million smartphones. We are soon to be going to be covering 500 million smartphones, especially into the Indian market, which is like every second smartphone report to our security cloud, and offering a very data-driven, AI-driven software security as well as fraud control to our customers. Today we are processing 2 billion transactions every month. Okay, 2 billion sessions, we call it, mobile application sessions. We secure them, and the kind of threats what we have seen into market is very different. 10% of those mobile application sessions we have seen one or the other threats, and that's a huge amount of threats which keep on impacting, especially to the BFSI sector. At Protectt.ai, we provide very comprehensive security and fraud control to our customers, covering all these cyber threats and frauds. And with these data points, what we process on every monthly basis, gives us an in-depth learning around it. Okay, so
right, Manish, quickly coming to the fundraise, right? And if you could answer this in 30 seconds, you've raised the 76 crore rupees. How do you plan to use the funds, and what's new on the anvil? Any new offerings on the, on the anvil?
Yeah. Product innovation remains our key. Cybersecurity is a ever emerging market. So product innovation and nurturing cybersecurity talent. We are also working on a new platform for AI security. Today we are using AI, and a lot of roles are emerging around AI part. So AI security platform, we have planned to develop a new platform along with our mobile application security platform, and that is where the investments will be happening. And certainly we want to take India cybersecurity, India stack to the global stage, and we want to expand into Middle East and US and APAC region, and that's how the fundraise will be utilized.
Right, and if you could sort of take us through the kind of revenues you've clocked and the outlook, and targets for this year, and what's profitability looking like?
Yeah, we are profitable. We have already clocked, more than $5 million ARR in this financial year. We'll be closing with it. Next year, we target, more than $12 million of ARR, touching 100 crores of revenue. That's our target. We believe that still India will be contributing 70% of our revenue, 30% from international market. But over the next 3 to 4 years, we want to expand into international market and building a Indian brand, cybersecurity brand, to the global stage.
Right. And as part of your global expansion strategy, you are setting up offices in the US and the UAE. So if you could take us through the global expansion plan, what are the countries looking exciting, and how big of a role will India continue to play?
Over the next 2 to 3 years, certainly India will be our major focus area, because we developed and we understand and we have taken leadership into the Indian market for mobile application security. US, we want to immediately be, going to the US market. US market is big in terms of cybersecurity. It's a premium market, and we'll be starting our operations from April month into the US market. Middle East, we have already set up. We have launched our business, and Middle East is a kind of vacant market at this point of time from this advanced security portfolio products. But that we believe is a very quickly we can be into that market and start expanding into the Middle East. So these 3 markets are our core: India and Middle East and US market. And in a year's time, we also wanted to be into APAC, but maybe after 6 months of time. That's how our global expansion strategy is. So we have started hiring people into these regions.
Right, so you've already started hiring in those regions. All right, Manish, we're completely out of time. But thank you so much for joining us on the show, and we wish you all the best on this journey going forward.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right, continuing with our focus on cybersecurity, as AI adoption increases, ensuring the security of AI systems has become more urgent than ever. Silicon Valley-based Operant AI claims it is the world's only runtime AI application defense platform. The venture is launching its presence in India to fuel faster and safer AI innovation to India's rapidly developing AI sector and the industries that engage with it. To elaborate on the road ahead, joining me now is Rajesh Bhavsar, co-founder and CEO of Operant Operant AI. Rajesh, welcome to Startup Street. It's a homecoming of sorts for you after years of innovation in Silicon Valley. What motivated you to bring Operant's cybersecurity solution to India? And how do you see the Indian market's unique needs in terms of an AI security?
Definitely. Thank you. Thanks, Shruti, and thanks for having me here. India is one of the world leaders in AI. At Operant, we have built one of the most advanced AI security platform, and we want to enable AI innovation in India as we are doing this globally.
All right,
AI innovation.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that AI innovation is moving very, very fast, and we work with so many engineering and security leaders across the board, and they all recognize the need and the urgency for what they need to do to protect these AI applications that are increasingly getting productized in their cloud environments. And whether someone is at an Indian enterprise or working for a global company, there is this need that is very timely. And really, what's unique with the Indian market and the sector is India has shown again and again that how we leapfrog to become the world leader in any sector. We have done this with mobile, with cloud computing, and even our space programs. And as investments and growth happens in the AI infrastructure, Operant is ready to be part of the age of AI with India.
Okay. Rajesh, you claim to be the world's only runtime AI application defense platform. Now, what does this mean for the broader cybersecurity landscape, and what sets your platform apart from traditional security tools available?
Yeah, thanks. So defense is really key here, right? If you look at majority of cloud security and the cybersecurity landscape, majority of these tooling offers visibility. And then it adds a whole lot of work for engineers to act on this. And, a lot of this is static scanning and kind of a continuous barrage of a lot of tasks that are coming to engineers. But what we have done in a really kind of a different approach to tackle the age of AI is kind of really deep understanding of what is happening when AI gets productized. Right? AI happens at runtime. And in this age of AI, you can't simply just observe and get visibility on what's happening and then ask your engineers to solve something and wait for days or weeks for that problem to be solved. Meanwhile, an attack can happen under minutes and can cause havoc for a company. So what we built is a 3D runtime defense platform, which means it brings unique capabilities under a single platform, which is discovery, detection, and defense.
Okay.
And we do this across the board. That makes us the most advanced platform.
All right. Privacy is a critical concern in AI, especially with sensitive data like citizenship IDs and bank account numbers. So tell us, how does Operant AI's auto-redaction technology help organizations ensure the data privacy without compromising their AI initiatives as well?
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about this capability that we are bringing to market. This is the need of the hour because, so many enterprises are dealing with bringing AI models and AI services and AI APIs, embedding them into their critical products and cloud applications and AI applications. And with the pace of innovation that's happening behind these AI initiatives, there is so much sensitive data, business critical data that gets shared with some third-party AI models. And once some AI model gets some piece of critical data or sensitive data or AWS keys and all these things that are so important for the business, that AI model will have a copy of it forever. And that can be learning and sharing and doing other things that were not intended as the original purpose. So we have brought this really unique capability that actually detects what kind of data is moving across your system, and then also brings capability to block such kind of calls.
Okay.
And if you want to allow for some calls, you can actually also redact just those sensitive data payloads. And
Sure.
that kind of capability to run at scale, to run locally, is something that a lot of enterprises are seeing in their
Okay.
ecosystem.
All right. So going back to your India launch, who have you partnered with in India? Who's your clientele? And also, if you could take us through your current business growth numbers, the current revenue picture, and of course, any new offerings in the pipeline.
Yeah, the response here has been so tremendous. So we are seeing so much interest from the high tech, fintech, BFSI sectors, and related industries, and really it's very aligned to what we had been looking at across the globe as well. And in terms of we are going to be announcing a lot of new partnerships, and I can tell you, like, we are seeing interest across a lot of the AI infrastructure and cloud infrastructure companies are looking at creating these unique partnerships because there is a lot of need in the market to bring some turnkey solution like this that can allow for the Indian ecosystem to keep moving fast.
All right. On that note, it's time for me to wrap up our conversation. Many thanks, Rajesh, for joining us on Startup Street, and wish you the very best with all your plans.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
On that note, it's time for us to head into a short break. Coming up, AI-based admission startup Ambitio secures $2 million in a seed funding round. On the other side, we speak with Dirghayu Kaushik, the co-founder and CEO of Ambitio, on the company's way forward. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. On the hot seat today, AI-based admission startup Ambitio has secured $2 million in a seed funding round founded by IIT BHU graduates Dirghayu Kaushik and Vikrant Shivalik. Ambitio claims to be India's first AI-driven admissions platform. The startup now plans to deploy funds to invest in technology to provide students with the best possible experience and scale their distribution channels. To discuss the road ahead for the company, joining me now is Dirghayu Kaushik, the co-founder and CEO of Ambitio. Also with me, my colleague Shruti. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. You know, first up, I have to ask you, Ambitio is an AI-based global admissions platform. This is a highly competitive space. So, Dirghayu, if you could take us through how your platform stays ahead of competition, especially in this environment, can you take us through your tech edge?
So firstly, thank you so much, Arundhati, for having me here. In terms of the edge, the technical edge we have is this entire space, right? As you said, it's very competitive. The problem in this space is that most of these are following the conventional processes, right? There is a very limited use of AI and technology to make the process more efficient and seamless. This entire system is driven by the recruitment agents who work with universities abroad. Our fundamental difference is twofold. One, we don't work with universities abroad. We work with students who actually want to go into the best possible college and the program of their choice. On the second fold, how we are solving this problem, we have sourced large amount of data of the past applicants, their profile, their essays. On the other side, we have also gotten how an university's admission officer will evaluate a student's profile as well. And that's what we are leveraging, and we have fine-tuned the large language models and build up a lot of proprietary models to create and give the seamless experience, which is much more efficient in students' entire study abroad journey.
Dirghayu, this is Shruti quickly stepping in. Thank you for taking us through your business model. But if you could tell us how many students have you serviced till date and how you're making the admission process more personalized for your customers?
We have more than 75,000 monthly active website visitors. In terms of our signups, we have more than 50,000 users who have tried our product, and we have hundreds of students fly and study abroad through us. And our students have been accepted to the likes of Stanford, Harvard, Carnegie Mellon, Columbia, Oxford, all the top universities, you name it, one of our students might be accepted already. And that too in just less than 2 years since we have launched, right? So that is there. In terms of personalization, right, every student is very unique and specific in their own profile and their preferences as well. To solve this problem, we have sourced the data of the past applicants of more than 10 years. And that's how we match and do a very personalized matchmaking on their profile, their preferences, and their goals, and give a very personalized plan of action for them to take them closer to their dream school.
Right. You know, in fact, Ambitio has raised this $2 million. How do you plan to use these funds? What's on top of the agenda? And any new offerings on the anvil?
So more than 80% of our current usage is on the postgraduate programs. Most of the students who study abroad through us have studying for the master's or PhD programs. Now we want to foray into undergraduate admissions as well with our dedicated offering. On the same note, we also want to double down upon our distribution channels to help students in not so active areas as well.
Okay. Dirghayu, let's talk numbers. Take us through the kind of revenues you're making and the target for this year. Also, what's the path to profitability looking like?
Yeah, so this entire business model, right, because a lot of local mom and pop shops are existing in this space, if we are heavily investing in our tech and our distribution channels, right, and we can be profitable in next year as well. But as of now, we want to double down upon our offerings, plus our strengthening our distribution channels, and invest heavily upon the tech to give much more nuanced and hyper-personalized experience to our students, right? In terms of our revenue targets, we will be hitting around 2 million in revenue in the next financial year.
Right, absolutely. And if you could sort of take us through some of the key trends of what students are looking to study, you know, especially since AI, there's an advent of AI and newer technology. You're seeing a larger inclination towards these courses. And which are the countries that you're seeing the most interest for?
because of certain geopolitical situations, right? We have seen not a lot of people want to study in Canada now. Most of the shift is happening to US. Given that we target the top 20 percentile of the people who want to study abroad, we have seen a huge pull for the US market, despite a lot of Trump being into the presidency and everything. We are seeing still a large amount of pull for the US market. Plus, there's some trends, people who want to study in UK and Europe as well. What we have realized is people are more specific to study in the best possible college for the choice of the program they want to study, and they don't have very high geographical barriers. What they end of the day want to see is the return on investment and the kind of experience they can get when they are studying there.
All right, Dirgayu, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street, and we wish you all the best going forward.
And with that, it's a wrap from Arundhati and me, Shruti, on this edition of Startup Street. More news and updates coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.